Okay, so this is a quick review on one-step equations, which is a prerequisite skill for solving two-step equations. Let's dive in. All right, so what you need to know for this skill is you need to be able to identify the opposite of addition and subtraction and the opposite of multiplication and division. So in short, you need to recognize your inverse operations. You need to know that addition is the opposite of subtraction and subtraction is the opposite of addition. So for example, if we have a -8, let's pull up some drawing tools. The opposite of a -8 is going to be a +8. And the opposite is going to be whatever undoes it. So, oops, let's make sure that erases. It's still not erasing. Okay, so we'll do it on this side. So the opposite of a -8 is a +8. And the opposite of a 13 is a -13. Just like the opposite of multiplying by x, this is a term here, 5 times x. X is the variable here. The opposite of multiplying by 5 would be dividing by 5. The opposite of dividing by -7 would be multiplying by -7. So we need to be able to recognize our inverse operations here. So the opposite of multiplying by 5 is dividing by 5. And the opposite of dividing by -7 is multiplying by -7. That will also give us a 1x. So let's look at some actual one-step equations here. So we have 28 is equal to -7 times x. The first thing we're going to do is the opposite of addition and subtraction. But we don't have any addition and subtraction in this example, so we have to move on to the next choice. Next, we're going to do the opposite of multiplication or division. So since we have multiplication taking place between -7 times something is equal to 28, the opposite of multiplying by -7 is going to be to divide by -7. At this stage, or throughout this course, you will hopefully get very comfortable seeing division in the form of a fraction. So -7x divided by -7 is 1x. And yes, it is technically 1x, but we don't have to actually write the coefficient 1. It's understood to be there. 28 divided by -7 is -4. And as always, it says to check our work. So for the check, we would do -7, and we would replace our variable x with our understood value. We're saying that x is equal to -4, and -4 times -7 is in fact equal to 28, confirming that we are in fact correct. Next example, we have y plus 6 is equal to 28. It says the opposite of addition or subtraction. Well, I have addition, so I'm going to do the opposite, which is the subtraction. So the opposite of adding 6 is going to be subtracting 6. I do like to draw a line down the center to help myself remember to keep my equation balanced. Whatever I do the left side of the line, I have to do the right side of the line, and vice versa. The opposite of a +6 is a -6. We end up with +0, but there's no actual need to write the +0. There's no value in saying y plus 0, so I can actually completely leave that out. Oops, might have taken away more than I anticipated. Alright, 24 minus 6 is 18, and of course we are going to check our work. Instead of using y, we substitute in our value for y. Y is equal to 18 according to us. So we will replace that with 18 plus 6, and 18 plus 6 is in fact equal to 24, so that just again confirms that we are correct. Let's move on to the next one. So now we have 3 is equal to h divided by -10. Now you really won't see too many division problems like this until I think about the lesson with including the fractions, but it's important to be comfortable with it from now. So the opposite of dividing by -10 is going to be multiplying by -10. So we go ahead and multiply -10 on both sides. Again, I write my line down the middle to make sure that whatever we do to the left side of our equation, we also do the right side. Now, -10 in the denominator and -10 in the numerator cancel out, leaving you with 1h. And -10 times 3 is -30. Down below, we have negative 5 plus b is equal to 19. This is a little bit of a curveball because we would prefer a lot of times for these terms to be written in the opposite direction, but I intentionally set this up so that the negative 5 was on the left. We're still going to do the opposite. We have a negative 5. The opposite of a negative 5 is a positive 5. Negative 5 and positive 5 cancel out to give me 0, so we're left with 0 that I don't need to write, plus b is equal to 24. And now we can do the checks for both of these, starting with the one on the bottom, negative 5 plus 24 is in fact equal to 19, so that confirms that b equals 24 is the solution. Over here, if I were to substitute in negative 30 for h, we would have negative 30 divided by negative 10, which is equal to 3. So that confirms again that negative 30 equal to h is also the solution to the problem. All right, I hope you enjoyed. Oh wait, your turn. So here are 4 samples. Go ahead, copy these down and solve, and I'm going to show the solution to these. If you're ready to pause and solve. I'm going to show the solution in 3, 2, 1. All right, if these were easy for you, that's perfect. That means that you are perfectly ready to start the content of this course, which is solving two-step equations. Enjoy. Bye.